This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. Okay, thank you everyone for watching some of those videos on the Line 6 Helix 3.1, 3.5 thingy. It was a really, the best, has it been the weekend? Whatever it's ever been for the channel, so thank you for that. Appreciate your support. Again, you know, part of what I tried to do on this channel was mix up things which are kind of gear based, but also hopefully answer some of the questions that some of you might have about anything that you've asked in the past about my playing style and stuff. One thing I get asked about an awful lot is legato, so this is a legato based lesson about a thing that I've been trying in my own sort of practice time. One of the things actually I wanted to shout out was that I've been playing downstairs quite a lot, looking after the dogs, and I've been using the Boss Wazza airs, not that that matters, but you know, anything. But I've been playing along with a few things on Spotify, and I think this is a way to get more interesting practice time in. So whether you're practicing like legato or whatever, it doesn't always have to be exclusively to a metronome. You can just practice along to real music, and that is part of what like the intros and stuff that you see me doing about and producing kind of backing tracks and all that, where I'm just trying to play the sort of thing that I would like to play along to. So whether that's Carly Rae Jepsen or actually what I've been listening to and playing along to quite a bit lately, the 1975 Patrick Droney. If you haven't heard of him, you could check him out. There's also, I discovered yesterday, a band called Nightly. Camino, the band, are great to play to. A chap called Dan Lancaster, who's an amazing producer and amazing singer. Here's some of his stuff on Spotify. But, you know, find the key that the thing is in, which is sort of like a bit of trial and error, I generally find. And then sort of just practice whatever you're practicing in the context of real music. I think that can really help to keep things fresh and interesting, and it doesn't necessarily have to feel as arduous as practicing with a metronome sometimes does. And also it gives you opportunities to jump out of your practice into improvisation or meaningful kind of practice, like trying to play back what you've just heard the singer sing and all that sort of stuff. This is something that has been a really key part of my playing for many years now. I'm sort of getting back into it a bit, but you know, playing along to the real music and real tunes that you may have heard before, may have not, may like, may not. Spotify is quite good for that sort of stuff, even though they pay their artists terribly. So anyway, one of the things that I've been working on, so a lot of my kind of legato approach is based on sort of knowing your 3-note per string shapes quite well. And so part of that, just for me, has taken time of a kind of brute that was like a big chunk of my practice time when I was about 14, 15. And once you've really got it kind of under your fingers and in your head what the 3-note per string patterns are, so that's kind of like there's 7 positions in the major scale, then you can start to be a bit more adventurous, I find. But until that's really bedded in, well, that's how it's been for me at least. Like, I have quite a, you know, like, it doesn't really feel like anything to be able to play any of the major scales in any position. It's kind of fine. Now, that's not the same for like melodic minor, and it's not the same for new scales, but the major scale is very firmly bedded in my kind of subconsciousness or whatever. Part of what I do when I'm playing, and part of what I try to practice a bit more of, is a thing kind of based around the idea of permutations, which Alan Holdsworth talks about. So if you imagine you've got 3 notes per string, you could have 1, 2, or 3, right? And so if you took 1, 2, 3 through the G major scale, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you could do like 1, 3, 2. So it's a way of having like a generic pattern that you're going to play through the scale, right? And one that I do all the time is 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A thing that I encourage is to practice legato with the tone that you're going to play legato with. I think there's no point in just practicing stuff clean. That's one piece of advice that I would ignore off the bat, because you won't hear when you've got things ringing out. If you're going to be playing with drive, you need to learn to play with drive. It's not the same as playing clean. Right, here's the concept. So we're going to take this 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So like this. So that was the basis of the idea, and the cool thing about this is that you're going to be attacking with your middle finger on the beat, right? And I was thinking about that as quite a cool like way to warm up, and it's also quite rhythmic, so you can really hear, especially if you palm mute, whether you're getting even. And what I then thought was, wait, what I like to do with legato is have like a repeating pattern, so that I can sort of just really get less thinking about the notes and less thinking about the pattern, and more thinking about, right, let's get this working. So we take this G idea up here. So in terms of, I'll probably chuck a tab up here, but we go in 10, 12, 10, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 9, 12. That's the idea of having another kind of idea that I could take through the scales and stuff that is a little bit less predictable than just... So in this way we could kind of go through the scale. And mix things up a bit. We could start, you know, further down in the G major scale, so starting on the D here. We could go down, I guess. Oh, actually, here's an idea for you. instead of just doing it kind of string to next string, something that sounds really cool, jump a string. So in that idea, we're going 10, 12, 10, 9, 10, 12, then jumping up to our G string, so skipping the D, 9, 11, 12, 10 up here maybe, 12, 11, 9, or we could do another. That could be a really cool exercise as well, right? Introducing some string skipping into the... Or, you know, you could take the same idea to 3-note per string pentatonic scale. So again, what we're thinking about is 2, 3, 2, 1, right? So, say we took the E minor pentatonic scale, we're going to start with this idea in mind. Or so that's the principle there. We're going to go 10th fret, 12th fret, 10th fret, 7th fret, back up 10, 12, and then skip a string, skip a string, and then skip again and come back down. So again, just a few ideas there that I think instantly can take your kind of legato ideas away from this kind of thing towards this kind of thing. Just some things that I was practicing that I thought might be worth sharing with you. And again, you know, these are the sorts of things that you could practice over pop tunes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that you stick religiously with a metronome or anything. I suggest trying these first as 16th notes so that you're playing them evenly and, you know, play them kind of nice and slowly. Playing legato slow can sometimes be almost as difficult or more difficult to get timing accurate than even faster. So try that at kind of all sorts of different subdivisions and all that sort of stuff. The tab and the backing track will go up on Patreon if you're interested in that. I'll catch you in another video soon. And again, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this sort of stuff.